You ever notice how every time they say, the system is broken, it sounds like they're trying to comfort you? Like they want you to believe that somewhere, someone is really trying to fix it. Oh, don't worry, it's just a little broken. We'll patch it up. But you and I know damn well, it's not broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's not a car that needs repair. It's a machine that's running perfectly for the people who built it. You just weren't one of the builders. You were one of the parts. And when a part breaks down, they replace you with a cheaper one from overseas. That's efficiency, baby. That's capitalism dressed in a designer suit, smiling on TV, telling you everything's fine while you're duct taping your life together at the end of each month. They say, work hard and you'll get ahead. Ahead of what? The interest rate, the grocery prices, the rent that doubles every time your landlord sneezes. They feed you that fairy tale about climbing the ladder of success, but they don't tell you the ladder's missing half the rungs, and the top's guarded by a guy with a golf club and a trust fund. You're not climbing, you're decorating the damn ladder for the people already up there. And they love watching you try, because it gives them a sense of superiority. It's entertainment for them, watching people scramble for crumbs while they bet on your desperation like it's a sport. You see, the system isn't broken. It's just not built for you. You're not a player in the game. You're the ball. You get tossed around, kicked, thrown, and if you pop, they just buy a new one. You don't fix a system that benefits the people who control it. You polish it. You make it prettier. You put some diversity posters on it. Throw a few motivational quotes on social media about a grit and a mindset. Because nothing keeps people quiet like making them think it's their own fault. That's the trick. The moment they can convince you that your failure is a personal flaw instead of a structural design, they've already won. They built this system like a pyramid, literally. Not the ancient kind with slaves, stacking stones under the desert sun. No, now it's spreadsheets, credit scores, and endless meetings. But it's the same concept. The top gets everything, the middle hopes for promotion, and the bottom gets crushed by your terms and conditions. You don't even need chains anymore. Debt is enough. They hand you a student loan, a mortgage, a credit card, and boom, you're shackled for life. But they call it a financial opportunity. And if you complain, they call you lazy. They call you ungrateful. Because apparently, being grateful for your chains is part of being a responsible adult. You ever notice how the rich don't even talk about hard work anymore? They talk about smart investments. Hard work is for you. You wake up, drag yourself to a job you hate, pray your Wi-Fi doesn't crash during the Zoom meeting, and they tell you to be thankful you even have one. Meanwhile, the folks at the top are making money by moving numbers from one screen to another. They call it innovation. They're creating value. Oh, no, they're creating nothing but confusion, selling air with better marketing. They don't build anything anymore. They just buy and flip it like life is one big garage sale. They've even managed to sell us the idea that poverty is a moral failure. If you're struggling, it must be because you didn't work hard enough, didn't think positive enough, didn't visualize enough. It's all on you, right? Because obviously, billionaires got rich through affirmations. Forget about inherited wealth, political influence, offshore accounts. It's all about morning routines and green smoothies. They want you to believe that your problem is your mindset, not the math. Because if you ever did the math, you'd realize the whole equation was designed to keep you broke. And look at how they market it. Every commercial is the same story. You can do it. A smiling actor in a suit telling you, you can be just like me, but you won't. Because the role of a you in this story is to watch, buy, and believe. That's your job. They've got the script already written, and your lines are all about effort, not results. They keep hustling, stay hungry, never give up. Meanwhile, the people at the top never started hungry. They were born at the buffet. And they look down at the rest of us scrambling for scraps and say, isn't capitalism beautiful? Yeah, it's beautiful for them. For everyone else, it's a treadmill disguised as a racetrack. You run, you sweat, you try to get ahead, but you end up right where you started, only more tired. They don't want equality. Equality doesn't sell. Hope sells. The American dream of the opportunity society, all the free market. It's all branding. They slap shiny words on centuries-old exploitation and call it progress. The game's been rigged since the start, but every generation thinks they're the one who's gonna crack the code. Spoiler alert, you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to believe you can. Belief is cheaper than fairness. Faith doesn't require raises. Hope doesn't ask for health care. And when you're exhausted enough, hope starts to sound like a solution. The people running the show figured out the formula a long time ago. If you give people just enough comfort to survive and just enough fear to stay quiet, they'll never revolt. That's the balance. That's the balance. You get Wi-Fi, Netflix, and fast food, but no control over your life. You can complain on social media, but you can't afford to take a day off. You can dream about owning a house, but you'll die paying rent. That's not freedom, that's sedation. They don't need to control you with force when they can control you with exhaustion. You're too busy working to notice who's cashing the checks. You know what's funny? We're so used to the system being unfair that when someone actually gets a fair deal, we call it a luck. Now, someone gets healthcare that actually works, wow, they're lucky. Someone gets paid enough to live comfortably. Must be nice. No, that's not luck, that's how it should be. But we've been conditioned to think misery is normal. That struggle builds character. That suffering is noble. They glorify the grind because it keeps the machine running. If you ever stop grinding long enough to look around, you'd realize you're not chasing a dream. You're fueling someone else's. And don't think the system doesn't evolve. Oh, it does. It's smarter now. Used to be they needed factories and sweatshops. Now they've got apps and algorithms. You think you're free because you're scrolling, but the scroll is the new chain. You give them your time, your data, your attention, and they sell it back to you as e-personalized content. The factory moved online, and now you're both the worker and the product. And the kicker, you're doing it willingly. You think you're connecting with the world, but you're really just feeding a machine that knows you better than you know yourself. They don't need to control the news anymore. They control the narrative. They don't censor you. They distract you. Keep you busy arguing about nonsense while they pass laws that make their money grow even faster. They don't even hide it now. They put it right in your face. They crash the economy, get bailed out, and then call it too big to fail. But when you can't pay rent, it's a personal responsibility. You lose your job, it's your fault. They lose billions, it's a national emergency. They get rescued, you get motivational quotes. It's all about perception. As long as you believe you have a chance, you'll never question the odds. That's why they keep dangling the dream. Fame, fortune, freedom, the lottery, the influencer, the overnight success story. But these aren't opportunities, they're distractions. One person wins and millions keep playing. It's genius, they even made it emotional. I'll follow your passion. Sure, passion doesn't pay the bills, but it sells books. It sells seminars. It sells hope to the hopeless. And the people who sell it, they're the only ones getting rich from it. You ever notice how every politician says they're fighting for the middle class? You know why? Because there's no money in fighting for the poor. The poor don't donate to campaigns. The poor don't lobby Congress. The poor are busy trying to survive. The middle class is the illusion they sell to make people feel like they're not at the bottom yet. It's a carrot on a stick. They want you to feel like you're almost there, almost comfortable, almost free. Because almost you keeps you moving. It's the perfect state of controlled hope, progress without power. And don't you love how they say, we're all in this together? Really? I didn't see any billionaires in line at the gas station when prices went up. I didn't see CEOs clipping coupons. They say we're all in the same boat, but somehow their boat has Wi-Fi, champagne, and an escape helicopter. Meanwhile, you're bailing water with a coffee cup, trying to keep your paycheck from sinking. We're not in the same boat. We're not even in the same ocean. They own the damn ocean. You're just swimming in circles trying not to drown. They want you to believe in fairness because fairness keeps people patient. But this world doesn't run on fairness. It runs on leverage. You don't what you deserve. You get what you can negotiate. And guess what? You can't negotiate when you're broke, tired, and scared of losing what little you have. That's why they keep you in debt, keep you busy, keep you just one emergency away from disaster. Fear is a fantastic motivator. Keeps you polite, keeps you obedient, keeps you voting for the same faces wearing different ties. And if you ever try to question it, they've got labels ready for you. Radical, untitled, new, unrealistic. You want health care? You're a socialist. You want fair pay? You're lazy. You want dignity? You're naive. Because the minute you start asking real questions, the whole charade starts to crack. The best way to silence truth is to mock it. Make it uncool to care. Make cynicism look like intelligence. Make compassion look like weakness. That's how you protect a rigged game. Convince everyone to laugh at the idea of changing it. They tell you to vote, And sure, go ahead, vote. But understand, it's not voting that changes systems, it's power. Real power. The kind that doesn't come from ballots, but from money, networks, and ownership. They've got all three. You've got an opinion and a phone bill. And they like it that way. They'll let you argue about left and right all day, because as long as you're busy fighting over the color of the curtain, you won't notice the house is on fire. They don't want thinkers. They want believers. Believers are easier to manage. Believers work harder, consume more, and question less. That's the secret. That's why the slogans are so simple, the story's so repetitive. Work hard, or stay positive, or believe in yourself. It's not advice, it's hypnosis. You repeat it long enough, and you'll start thinking you're the problem. You'll look in the mirror and blame yourself for a system designed to fail you. That's not empowerment. It's gaslighting with a smile. And yet, we keep playing. We keep showing up. Because what else can we do? The game might be rigged, but it's the only one in town. And that's the cruel brilliance of it all. They've made you dependent on the very thing that's draining you. You need the job that exploits you. You need the products that pollute you. You need the platforms that spy on you. And somewhere, someone is counting every click, every hour, every dollar you spend trying to feel free. But deep down, you know it. You feel it. That little itch in the back of your mind when you hear the system is broken. You know it's not broken. It's working perfectly, just not for you. Because it was never built for you. It was built to keep the powerful comfortable and the rest of us busy enough to never question why. And the joke of it all, the truly dark comedy, is that most people will defend the system that's crushing them. They'll fight for it. They'll argue that it's fair, that it's freedom, that it's opportunity. Because it's easier to believe in the dream than to admit you've been living in someone else's. That's the masterpiece of control. When people love their cage so much, they stop looking for the key. Scroll for 5 minutes and you'll see 100 ways to unlock your potential. It's like a drug dealer whispering maybe tomorrow will be your day. They keep you hooked on someday. Someday you'll make it. Someday it'll pay off. Someday you'll be free. And someday never comes. But hope makes you feel like it's right around the corner. They don't need to give you progress, just the illusion of it. As long as you feel like you're getting closer, you'll never stop chasing. That's why they love the word a journey. It sounds profound, doesn't it? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You ever notice that only rich people say that? You know why? Because they're already at the destination. For the rest of us, the journey just feels like a series of expensive bus tickets with no refund policy. They tell you to enjoy the process. A process of what? Barely surviving? Watching your dreams get repossessed one bill at a time? There's no joy in that. But if they can convince you that suffering is noble, you'll keep doing it quietly. They package hope in different flavors to suit every audience. For the poor, it's motivation. For the middle class, it's opportunity. For the rich, it's legacy. But it's the same drug, different dosage. The poor get told to hustle harder. The middle class gets told to invest smarter. And the rich get told to give a TED talk about how they have started small. They all end up feeding the same machine. It's a pyramid scheme made of dreams, and the only people who profit are the ones selling the blueprint Kua. And they've made it impossible to escape. You can't even relax without being told to use your time productively. Watch a movie, make it a learning experience. Go for a walk, listen to a podcast about success. Take a nap, a visualization session. They've colonized your rest. You can't just be anymore. You have to be improving. Every moment must have ROI. Even your hobbies have to hustle. It's no longer enough to exist. You've got to monetize your existence. You bake cookies. They tell you to start a business. You sing in the shower. They tell you to start a brand. No. You write in a journal. They tell you to publish it on LinkedIn as a thought leadership. They can't let you breathe because if you stop long enough to think, you might realize how absurd it all is. And they disguise all of it under this shiny, harmless word, inspiration. Inspiration is the sugar that helps exploitation go down easy. You can sell anything if you wrap it in inspiration. You can even sell poverty. He came from nothing. Yeah, and he stayed there for most of his life until luck and timing did him a favor. But they leave that part out. They cut the story into a neat montage. Sad music, obstacles, triumph. Because hope needs a hero, and nobody wants to watch a story about the millions of heroes who never got their shot. Hope keeps the machine running. The economy runs on it. The education system runs on it. The whole idea of progress depends on it. If people ever stop believing in the next promotion, the next raise, the next break, the system would collapse overnight. Nobody would show up for work if they knew the game was rigged and the prize was fake. They make it sound personal. This is your year. Your breakthrough is coming. They talk to you like the universe has a customer service department and your order's just delayed. Oh, please hold. Your success is important to us. It's not even subtle anymore. You watch an ad for a bank and it says, "I believe in your dreams." That's not a slogan, that's a warning. Because the more you believe, the more they can charge you interest. They've turned hope into a financial instrument. They loan it out, collect payments, and repossess your optimism when you default. You're not a client, you're collateral. And the saddest part, you think they're on your side. You ever see those inspirational videos with emotional piano music and captions like, "I never give up"? Yeah, guess who sponsors half of them? The same companies that underpay you. The same corporations that fight unions, cut benefits, and ship jobs overseas. But they'll give you a free pep talk. Oh, we believe in you. Of course they do. You work harder when you're inspired. You stay quiet when you think success is right around the corner. Hope makes you manageable. It's the cheapest form of control ever invented. You don't need weapons or walls, just a slogan and a smile. Even religion's gotten in on it. Used to be about the afterlife. Now it's about after work. They preach prosperity now. God wants you to be rich. Sure he does. That's why you're sending your last $20 to a guy who already owns 3 jets. You think heaven's the goal, but they've shifted it. Now heaven's a mansion, a car, a brand deal. They've replaced salvation with sales. And the preachers? They're just motivational speakers with better lighting. It's all connected. The politicians, the influencers, the self-help authors, they're all selling the same dream in different packaging. The politicians sell you hope for a better tomorrow. The influencers sell you hope for a better you. The authors sell you hope for a better mindset. But it's all the same lie. That happiness and success are just one more effort away. That you can buy fulfillment if you just try hard enough. But the truth is, the more you chase it, the more they profit. They've even managed to turn rebellion into a brand. You want to break the system? There's a t-shirt for that. You want to change the world? There's a conference next month. They've commercialized dissent. You can't even be angry without someone trying to sell you merch for it. They don't fear your outrage. They monetize it. Every revolution has a sponsor now. And that's the brilliance of the illusion. They don't need to suppress hope. They just need to own it. You start noticing how every slogan sounds like it was written by the same committee. A dream big, a work harder, a stay humble, a keep grinding. It's a loop. The same recycled mantras playing over your life like background noise. It's not motivation, it's hypnosis.